everyone, Maria here. I just wanted to give you today a little tour of my studio. I upgraded some things. I have extra pieces that I wanted to share and share more about like what they're for and how cool it is to have it. So this is the cart. It's much larger compared to my IKEA little carts that I have on each side of my working table. It also has this little metal buckets, which I love, like a great addition for your brushes or whatever you want to keep in there. So much more space to place your art supplies, and especially if you want them nearby. So this cart is going to sit right next to my main table, which is a table where I edit videos and I respond to your messages, I email, and do anything computer. So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to organize this cart. For those of you who've never seen this kind of a set by Holbein, so these are actually amazing. So there's an artist in Japan and her name is Yuko Higuchi. I hope I didn't butcher her name, but she is an amazing artist and you can see her drawings. Every tube represents something from her artwork. I love her style. It's very unique. And then here we have like a snake, and this is Oprah. Oprah is one of my top colors that I use. And these are Holbein's watercolors. And then this is a 24 and this is 12. Holbein's luminous colors. If you've never tried these before, they glow at night. If you like bright colors and you want that pop of a color in your artwork, then you might as well try some of these. These are really, really intense and very bright neon-like colors. I used to make these journals with the old Hahnemühle collection paper, so the old version of the paper, not the new version. This used to be my favorite watercolor paper, but I used to sell these journals. I don't have these anymore, but I'm hoping one day, you know, I can start making these again. These are great. And here you can see the wheels. So they just lock in place. And so the card doesn't go anywhere. These are different watercolor papers. This is from Japan. This is White Ibis, and these are by Holbein actually. Different papers. Arches, one of my favorite watercolor papers, of course. Here I actually have swatches. You can always glance back like, okay, you're thinking, should I use cobalt blue or whatever other blue? Then you quickly look at the swatches and it's just so much easier to create your color palette for your painting. These are leftover tubes, so I already squeezed all the paint I could have squeezed out of each tube. These are some of my brushes, some of the old brushes I don't use anymore, and more swatches. These are just different brands of watercolors. Here I have this plastic box. I really love these. I bought them from Amazon. These are so useful when you have like a lot of art supplies like paint. Here, this is another example of Yuko Higuchi's artwork. This is actually her little tint, and inside I have actually Daniel Smith watercolors. This is for just different type of art supplies, I guess, scissors and some tapes and so on. I do sell brushes, watercolor brushes, and I keep my brushes actually inside the cabinet here. So this is the inside of my cabinet. So this is where I keep some of the leftover brushes. I really do not have many in stock, but I just got some more of my golden ones and twos. Some more extra brushes left for a couple of my students. Then there's some leftover of my journals and a scale for my shipping stuff whenever I ship brushes, and then a whole bunch of little boxes. This is actually masking fluid. These are inks. Oh, acrylic ink by Holbein. Actually, I forgot I have these. Right underneath, that's the cutter I use to cut the papers. So it's Logan's cutter. It's large, but it's not that big. These are my leftover papers. Still have a lot of Hahnemühle collection, but it's mostly the rough watercolor paper. So I don't paint anymore as much on the cold press because it got changed. but here's my new papers. So the arches, back to arches again. I have a ton of these clear boxes. I can't recommend them more. Like, I really love these. A lot of them are just filled with brushes. So here's what one of my boxes inside looks like. So that's why these are so perfect. So let's place like your brushes in there. And here is another one. Oops. So I have these acrylic iridescents. I use them for very like different things. Basically, it's not watercolors. Whenever I do like decorative artwork, this is like a mini paper cutter, more of Holbein watercolors, the magazines I've been featured in, more watercolors by Holbein. These are Holbein's artists colored pencils, Caran d'Ache watercolors. This is another box full of goodies. Actually, here I have a lot of like mediums. So this is more like for acrylic paint, but let's see, this one, blending medium. This is Oxco, some acrylic inks. This must be for the crayons. Yep, it is. Holbein colored pencil blender. So I revisit these boxes like all the time because I do so many different projects. Like, watercolors are my main medium. Like, I cannot live without watercolors. Another new furniture I got here is this rack, which I absolutely love. It's actually perfect for my watercolor paintings. I thought it would be just for the canvases or anything like harder or thicker or bigger, basically. But actually, it's really cool because I can just place my paintings directly there. And it also comes with wheels. There's the little feature here. And then it doesn't move anymore. These are pretty large. So I kind of had to rearrange things in my studio just to make sure everything fits. Here you can see that's my new cart over there. And here is my new painting rack. And I have just a place for it right here by the window. Every studio needs a couch. So here's my couch where I like to hang out. In the back of the couch, you see actually hundreds of paintings. These are my older paintings. I've been painting since, oh my goodness, almost like a decade. I've been teaching since 2016, on Patreon since 2017. That's when I started to really paint a ton. And then I'm going to show you a little space here under the bed. There's my yoga mat. I actually do work out every day. And there's some weight stuff. One of the newest additions is this drafting table. So you can adjust the height, and there's a ruler that comes with it. It doesn't come with wheels, but it's pretty soft on the bottom. And I added some more of the protective pads underneath. But here's the cool thing. So you can adjust the table right here. So you can make it flat, or you can basically rotate it at any angle you want, and then you can adjust the height as well. I'm pretty tall, I'm 5'9", so I kind of went up all the way to the top. Now, last but not least is my working table. So here I spend about 2 hours per day. I paint and paint until I am happy with the painting. So even though I'm a watercolor teacher and I've been painting for so many years, sometimes I run into some issues. Like, for example, there's a giant bloom on the left side. It's my fault. I walked away from the painting and I did not wipe the sides of the block, and that's what happened. And here's my butcher palette by Holbein. In case you were interested, it's amazing. It's very easy to grab the paint, and it doesn't like gather in one like space, and it doesn't separate and so on. So it's a very good palette. But I do have towels everywhere because I just cannot paint without towels. I have to have a towel. Here's my jars, all dirty, but this is on the right side. I'm right-handed. I keep all the brushes. A larger view of my painting table. So I have a painting table, a drafting table, editing table, painting rack, cart number 1, cart number 2 for more art supplies, mainly paper, and cart number 3 from IKEA, which is just a small cart, but it's useful if you don't have much space. In case you were interested, behind me when I'm painting and next to me, I have a color wheel, swatches, and something I haven't mentioned. Well, this is actually an easel. It does add some charm to my studio, and I like seeing it there. Plus, it's like a perfect area where I can display my paintings, and that's something I need every morning when I come to my studio just to see my paintings. They inspire me, not the bad ones, just the good paintings, my favorite ones. And so I like to look at it because it kind of makes me think, oh, maybe I want to paint another landscape today or something else. So I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the little tour around my studio and like where I keep some of the art supplies and how I get inspired daily. Of course, the biggest inspiration for me is actually you. You are my biggest inspiration. All my students that take classes with me, whenever I know I can help you and when I see your results, it makes me really, really happy. And good results mean I did a good job with the class. So I'm going to go back to work now, but please let me know if you enjoyed this video and let me know if you have any questions, if you would like me to make another video about my studio. Maybe there's something specific that you saw and you wanted to know more about, like specific art supply or about the table I am using. The links are below this video for the new furniture by Meeden. But other than that, just ask questions whenever you have a question. Thanks, guys.